see here. Hello, everyone. What's wrong with this screen? Hi, everyone. My name is Katie. Welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel, and I'm trying to get things up here. So just bear with me for a minute. I have one more. I need to get this other camera up because this is weird. Oh, my goodness. We're used to having two cameras, not one. All right. Let's get this other one up, and then we can get on with this live. So I'm gonna run. I'll probably go about 2 hours, and then you'll watch y'all's ears. Okay, I think it's okay now. It shouldn't blast your ear anymore. All right, let me get this other camera working properly, and then we can start this live. In the meantime, how's everybody doing that is in here? That's been waiting patiently for me to start the live. I had 3 activities that were back to back of each other. I had Sherry's live, and then after Sherry's live, which I had to leave early from because one Sunday a month, I do a private sew with some friends. We get together and sew once a month. It's the only time we get to see each other on a regular basis. And Sherry's live, because she's doing it when she's doing it on Sunday, ran into when I go do my thing. And I just, last year, when we were trying to do those once a month sew thing, I dropped the ball, and then we went like 5 months without sewing with each other. And I don't want that to happen this year. So, because it's very important to me to sew with my friends and the ones I'm sewing with really has nothing to do with the channel itself. It's friends I made friends with before I ever became a YouTube thing. So I didn't want to cancel it because I'm going to be doing this we get together one Sunday a month every month. And I don't want to go 6 months without sewing with them. So we are going to just have to do what we have to do. Okay, can everybody see everything okay? Let me know. I got both the cameras up. Just let me stop. Let me know you can see everything. Hi, Linda. All right, let me see here. We're gonna get this taken care of. Hey, Cindy. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Jaja, if you're still here. Looks like she said she'll be back. And hello, Deb Loves Crafts. It's good to see you. And wow, what's with the internet? I'm waiting on my laptop to catch up with me. Hello, Jennifer. It's good to see you. And let me, I think I know what I need to do. Hang on 1 minute. I see what happened. Abvest is trying to do something I don't want it doing. We got Zoom up, we got that up, we got that up, but I think I'm gonna close the other browser for right now. That might help, maybe, or not. Can you hear Nora? I'm gonna have to give her another chicken leg in a minute. Oh, there it goes. I'll be right back. You know, more music. Here. Go. She hears me talking and it's like, oh, mom's talking. I want to get loud and tell her I want to eat again. It's so funny because he does that when I'm talking to you guys. It's like a alarm clock. Oh, Mama's having a live, so let's come in here and say, hey, Mom, why don't you give me some more food? So how's everyone doing tonight? How many of you watched the football game or still watching the football game? I hear someone saw Bon Jovi there. I think that's pretty darn cool. All right, so what I'm going to be working on. Okay, first of all, we're going to take a look at a couple channels here directly, just not right this second. I want to show you guys something, and you're going to think I'm crazy, but I have made two, and I'm just not feeling it. So I made two log cabins, and both of them I made mistakes in. Here's the first one. Wait a minute, let me turn it the way it's supposed to be. Here's the first one that I made a mistake in. Here's the second one where I repeated the same mistake. So I'm making it again. And before anybody says anything, I'll tell you what's going to happen to these. Okay, so I am in the midst of making this one. And finally, I don't have that mistake. So as soon as I get the yellow on here, then I'll put the dark blue on the outside of this. Okay. Now these ones, just because they have mistaken, it doesn't mean I can't use them. I'm not going to use them in the quilt I'm using that this is for. But what I could do, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, they can be cut on the diagonal here, or even this way if I wanted to, and then I could use them in my scrap quilt. So these are not going anywhere. I'm going to throw them in my orphan block container. And when I have enough of these to make a very scrappy quilt, that's what I'll do with these. So yeah, so they're okay. I'm not throwing them out. They're not getting destroyed, nothing. I just will modify them and make them scrappy, scrappier, and use them as orphan blocks. So that's what will happen to these. On this one, I'm just going to continue on because I'm satisfied, I think, with how I'm doing it. All right, that's called Amish creativity. Yes. Still watching the football game, says Happy. Who's winning? My husband and son are upstairs watching it now, says Rachel. Anyone yelling at the TV, Rachel? All right, we're going to leave that alone. And let's put this other side on here. And I'm doing this in a roundabout weird way, but it's okay. All right, because I didn't pre-cut some of this. Although, well, that's a big piece right there. Yeah, that was a big piece. Okay. So is this, but it's okay. I'm just going to do this with it. I'm going to line it up, and then I'm going to pin it, chop off one side of it, and then sew it, and then chop again. She says, yep. When I finish this block, this is, of course, for Alice's Wonderland, the log cabin one. As you can see, I'm not doing it the way the book told us to do it. Because I'm like, what's the point of doing that when I can just use paper piecing? And I already had a bunch of these anyway. Now, they're not going to be as skinny as what you see in the book, but the block is still going to be 6.5 unfinished, which would, when you sew it together, will be 6-inch finished. So let's go ahead and sew this. Hi, Jean. Okay, let's open this one up, and then I'm going to trim it. Oh, let's not cut the paper. And do the same thing on the other side, but just right here's where I'm gonna trim it out for right now. And I'm gonna come over here and do the same thing here. All right. Okay, now we've got to just put on the rest of the dark part. All right, let's do this like this. I'm just gonna pin it, and then I'm gonna cut this extra off because I need to put it under the iron. Actually, I'm gonna do the iron right now. How many of you were in my live last night? I put a photo on your photo. I put a photo on your Facebook group. I'm finishing the Frida Stripology quilt. Oh, I can't wait to see it. And Dubrovka says, hello, Katie, I'm here. Good to see you, Dubrovka. I will go have actually, you know what? We might just go over there and look at them pictures tonight anyway. Actually, I think that's a great idea. We can go look at everybody's pictures. Because I was gonna I'll probably do it again at the end of the month too. But it'd be fun to see what everybody's been doing so far this year. And I can share it. So we'll go have a look at your photo here directly. If any of you want to post any pictures over on the Facebook group or on the community tab like I showed you how to do last night, do that and let me know you've done it. And then when I go over there to share the screen, everybody will get to see your handiwork on a live. All right. Unpinned. Then we're going to trim it so I can use the other side of it. All right. Now, fold this one back. Okay. Then we got one more side to go, and this one will be finished. Just going to pin it on there. I was there for a bit. Just the pictures of whatever we are working on. Yes. Any pictures that you're working on, whatever projects. You can either share them there or share them on the community tab on the Facebook community. Wait, you can share pictures on the Greenland Quilter Facebook group, but you can also share pictures on the Greenland Quilter YouTube community tab. That was what I was trying to say. Hi, Patty. She says, I am lurking and working. Okay. Because I wanted to tell you guys something because I figured when more of you come in, because I know there was several of you here in the live while Becca was here, and then you were here, you stayed after she left, and we got into it. Does anybody remember the discussion about someone asking if I had a light box? Do y'all remember that little conversation? Any of you? Because it came up as a topic. Someone asked if either me or Andy or me, or it was either me or Becca or it was me or Andy. Can't remember which. Asked if I had a light box. Do y'all remember that conversation? Because I have something to tell you guys. Let's see if they answer. Anyone remember that conversation? No one? Or y'all are sidetracked? Let me know if you remember that conversation. Woo! Deb says yes. Rachel says she might have missed it. So last night when I was asked about if I had one, I said no. And the comment, what I said was, nope, I don't have one because I can't get one. Because y'all know there's a lot of things here in Greenland that you just can't buy. And then someone said something about, well, you can always order one from the US. And then I said, well, it depends on, I wasn't sure whether I could get one with a USB on it or something to that effect. I don't remember exactly what I said, but, and then I talked about how one ring light, I have two ring lights here, and one I bought, both of them came from the States, but we've had a lot of trouble out of one of them with the USB on it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we were just talking about that, and I didn't think any more about talking about the light box because it's kind of not been on a topic for me to think about buying. Well, I got an email last night, you guys. No, I saw the email today, and it made me cry because someone is buying a light box for me, and the company that it's coming from is going to pay for the shipping of the light box. What do y'all think about that? Because I can't believe it. Shoot, I came at 4:30, then it said 5:30, but you're already live. It's okay, Jaja. Hey, Delia. All right, here we go. That looks better. So what do y'all think about that? I know, right, Rachel and Deb? I couldn't believe it. I mean, I read the email and I just sat there and I just fell apart. Because when I say I can't get something, I'm not trying to get someone to feel sorry for me or something. That's not it. I just speak the truth, That's what comes out of my mouth. And that is a blessing, you guys. Such a blessing. Patty says, great, you deserve it. Thank you. I just didn't expect something like that to come out of that. I just haven't given it any thought. And when I found the email, when I got up today and I found the email, I'm like, wow, I just couldn't believe it. Yes, this is the log cabin for Alice's Wonderland, and it doesn't look like the one in the book. I did it different because that's the way I wanted to do it, but now it's all colorful and pretty. All right, so I'm going to do something tonight, but I'm gonna show you what my let's don't be tearing things up here. Let me see where I laid it at because I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna work on. Okay, where did I put it? Because this is not it. Uh-oh. Oh, here it is. I was about to panic. All right. So let me show you, first I'm gonna show you in the book, there's a portion of the Alice's Wonderland where you have to make 100 square and a square blocks because it's going to be the very outer border. And so I sat down thinking about how long did I think it could take me to make 100 of those, but because there's 2 borders that we're going to have to build in between working on blocks every week. You got, and so I'm already thinking ahead of how I can conquer some of the extreme amounts, the extreme portions of certain parts of it, because some areas, you know, you got 2 sets of borders, and both borders are supposed to consist of 100 colors, basically, is what the deal is. And I'm going to show you what the border looks like so you know what I'm talking about. And I'm pretty sure we're not going to be doing, Sherry might do some, you know, show you how to do some of it when it comes to the borders on the live, but I don't know if we're going to be sewing all 100 of these colors online or not. I don't know. I don't know that part yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what this border looks like first, and then explain to you what my plan of attack is, because I've got a plan. And I'm going to start working on the outer border tonight. And then I have a plan of where I can do, like, I'm not sure when we're supposed to finish sewing this all together, because once we hit the section of applique, there's applique that I don't know how to do. There's also curves that I've never done in my life, other than a reverse applique circle, which that's different. And also English paper piecing I've never done. So that means she's going to have to slow down to teach these parts, because some of us have never done it before. But the things that I can control, you know, that I can do myself, one of the things is you have to do 100 of these square and squares right here. See these right here? And they're supposed to be, in the books, they're doing 100 colors. I think I have enough scrap batiks to do that. So I figured if I did, because these are small, and I'll show you how small they really are. They are 3.5 inch unfinished, square and square. So they're not big. And I figured I'm going to use paper instead of, they have you doing it the usual way. I'm going to use paper piecing because I can get this done fast. And I figured if I did maybe 20 a week, that's 5 weeks will get 100 done. And there's nothing to this. I can spend one night, you know, since I'm doing the 28-day challenge, maybe I could sew 4 in one night, 4 in another night, 4 in another night in between my other projects. And within 5 weeks, I'll have 100 of these done. And that'll be that part of it. And then on this other portion of the border number 2, you're basically sewing strips, or you're making strips is what you're doing. And this is what it's showing is the strips, or how you're going to sew these strips together right here. So you're making a strips, then you're cutting them, and then they'll look like that. And then it's going to go on the outside. So I figured this should not be that hard to do, you know, do so many every week of this also. And by the time we get to the part where we have to start sewing, because there's also sashings that's got to go in between these blocks for this book or for this pattern. So if I get some of this stuff done, then I can concentrate more on getting these smaller sashings cut and everything, and then it won't take as long to do it. Yeah, it's like a piano key, yes. And I figured if I got this simpler stuff out of the way while I'm still keeping up with getting these blocks done, maybe when I get down here at the end, I won't be stressing about trying to get this stuff done. Because she's not going to spend, we're not spending, I don't know exactly what her time frame is, but I know because we're going every week. So far, we're doing 4 a week of blocks. There's no reason not to get some of this done while we're doing that, because when we get to the hard stuff, it probably will slow down a little bit. And yeah. So if I have some of the easier stuff done, I won't be stressing about the harder stuff because I can actually concentrate on the harder stuff. And I'm hoping that I can learn the applique without too much stress. Yeah, it's supposed to be, that's right, Dealer, no stressing. So I thought if I did things I know how to do, get them out of the way, but not place, I'm not trying to hurry up and get anything done. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make it easier on me so I can focus on what will be harder for me to do because I've never done it before. Because that's in my brain. I'm like, what, you know, I'm a little worried I'll have trouble trying to learn how to do it. And it's just because I don't know anything about it. And you know how it is. Us humans sometimes fear what we don't understand or get scared because we don't know how to do something. And we won't know how it's going to be until we actually sit down and do it. I'm also got to figure out, and I need to get it ordered. I need to order some heat and bond because I'm not sure, unless somebody can help me tell me which. I have some stuff in the craft room, but I'm not sure which one's actually the two-sided kind of thing. And maybe if I show the different ones I got in there, maybe someone can tell me which one is what, because I'm not sure. Because I had it a while and I bought it on a whim, and now I don't know which one's what. Does that make sense what I'm talking about? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I got some turquoise here that I'm going to cut squares out of. And then when I cut the squares, then I'm going to cut the squares in half to half triangles, which I'm going to use on the corners here. So we're going to play with some turquoise, the hashtag, which this is pink, so I don't know what color you call this. Maybe it's maybe it's a type of pink. Delia says I use heat and light when I do applique on my embroidery machine. Okay, so because I need to order some from Fat Quarter Shop. Do you have a recommendation on what brand or anything? I'm using yellow tonight. And this is the background, so that's going to be in the center because I'm not using white on this so long. If you'll let me know what kind to look for, then I can order it from Fat Quarter Shop and hurry up and get it sent here. Because I'm a newbie. I know zero about regular applique on the things you need. All right, let's get these cut. I need to see what size this is. Use heat and bond light. Let me write that down though, because if it's worded that way, I should be able to find it at Fat Quarter Shop, right? Heat and bond light. Okay, I've written that down. And I need another ruler. It's heat and bond light. Okay. Okay. So right now I'm just gonna measure this, see what size this is. It looks like it's 2.5, so that's what we're gonna use. All right, because this should be big enough for this. Let's start out with 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. These don't have to be perfect because you're going to be trimming it. Well, there's only one of that one, so I'm going to have to cut another one later. Wait, I might be able to cut it now. Might be able to cut it now. Maybe. So what y'all been working on today? You've been watching just the football game, or have y'all been sewing and listening to the football game? Or have you been sewing but not listening to the football game? What y'all been doing? Tell me what you've been doing today. Today is, I can't believe the weekend's already just about gone. Tomorrow will be Monday, or after midnight my time, which is soon. It will be Monday again. And it seems like the weekends and stuff has just been flying by so fast. All right, now I got that done. Now let me check the size, because I cut these so that they would fit on the inside of that square. Need to trim off the selvage. There's usually not much of a selvage with batiks. And I need to use a bigger rotary cutter for this. Okay, let me see what size I cut these as. 3.5. Okay, so we need to cut 3.5. Two, 3, 4. And we'll show you how this is going to go together so fast. By doing it like this, it'd take a lot longer, I think, the other way. Now I'm going to cut these in half like you saw me do the other ones. No, I'm not going to cut these. Oh, I almost made a boo-boo. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to cut, I haven't decided if I want to, I may just cut it all apart. That way we can work with it so you can see what I'm doing. So in the book, you're supposed to have 3.5 inch finished or 3.5 inch unfinished square and square, which gives you 3 inch finished. So all I needed to do is locate the right size paper to do this way so that I could get, because there's 100 of these we have to make, I find it much easier to just do a paper piecing, because you can just get on with things and not worry about anything being off. And then when you pull the paper off, you have perfect, not perfect, because I'm not after perfect. I'm just after accurate. That's what I'm after. I won't have stitch and flips that are weird, because sometimes me and stitch and flips, which includes flying geese, because I have so much trouble with flying geese. It's always about the tip up here that I have such a struggle with. And that's just because I'm still learning, and that's okay. And then I'm just gonna fold these back so I can see the line of where to put that square. And then I'm gonna glue the square on first. Then we'll sew on the half triangles, and we will have a completed square to square. I have a glue stick right here. Dubrovka says just baking bread and cooking spaghetti sauce. That sounds yummy. Rachel says had A grandbaby most of the day cooks yummy foods, then escaped to my sewing room for the evening. Awesome. Patty says, not watching sewing for Valentine's Day. Speaking of Valentine's Day, I have a quilt top I need to continue on with. Delia says, I finished my QOV flimsy and the binding for it before we went to watch our blessing playing soccer. No football for me as I enjoy college football better. And then Raven says, I've been working on cuddling with the fur balls and playing video games. Hey, Raven. Carrie says, hello, 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 Carrie. All right, so I'm caught up now. All right, so I'm just going to take one of these squares, which is the background, and I'm going to put it right here in the middle. I put a tiny bit of glue. It's only so that I can secure the block. Nothing fancy, and you don't have to use glue, by the way. You can use a pen, or if you're one of these that's an expert at doing paper piecing, then you can just, do it the way you do it. Do you? I'm doing what's easiest for me because I'm going to be doing 100 of these bad boys. The first thing I'm going to do here, that's not long enough. Where's my other little ruler? I've been using a little ruler here. And I'm going to go ahead and put the 1/4-inch seam allowance on here. And yes, there's going to be a little bit of wastage because I'm showing you how to do this with this paper. And then I'm going to just fold this one back just like you saw me fold. Seam allowance here. Everybody probably does their paper piecing different. But I'm hoping someone will walk away, like, oh, that's all you got to do. What kind of bread are you baking, Dubrovka? I have been thinking about getting back into baking bread myself just so that my husband, because he's a bread lover anyway, and I know he would love it. And also, I'm going to learn how to make focaccia because that sure does look tasty. And I wouldn't mind making focaccia where I could put cheese in it. All right, see how that went on just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do 4 more or 3 more, and we'll get those out of the way quickly. And then we'll start sewing the half triangles on. Piece of cake. Did everybody have a good day? I know Sunday's always, a lot of people use Sunday for a day of rest or for sewing or for chilling. Did everybody have a good one? I hope you did. We have windy weather again today, and our temperature for today is around 36 degrees, it says. But apparently yesterday, I saw pictures of it today, but it must have happened yesterday. People were walking on the lake, and I don't know if somebody fell in the lake or what, but the police issued a warning to stay off the lake because there was big holes in the lake where the ice was not frozen all the way through, and it looked like somebody fell in it. I hope not. So today on Facebook, and I'm sure there's signs all over town, please stay off the lake, keep your children off the lake. So later this afternoon, there's a picture, and there's like a dozen people on the lake that didn't know about the mandate. I didn't think that lake looked stable. I've lived here long enough that I figured out what it should look like. Because right now there's no snow on it, so you can see the actual color of the lake. And when the ice is thick enough, the whole top of the ice will turn white. If it's like a dark black color, the ice is too soft. And so I bet you somebody thought they could just go strolling across it, thought it was solid when it wasn't, and fell in maybe. Today I made milk bread. I don't know what milk bread is. That would be interesting to look that up. There might be northern lights in the sky tonight, by the way, because another CME is being sent to Earth from the sun. Apparently, it's a good sized one. Okay, let's get this one on. Hi, Katie. Hi, everyone. Hi, Jen. How are you? Good to see you. Okay, we got one more here, and then we can start sewing. Okay. All right. Now, what I got to do now is just finish doing the 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. We'll get that done real quick. And then we'll be ready to sew the half triangles on. And then we'll start making these square and squares. And I think these are going to look interesting because I'm using this dark background on this sew along. And with all these bright colors, I am hoping that it'll look pretty. And when you have to make 100 of these, it's definitely going to be a rainbow, a yummy rainbow of colors. We'll see if I can dig up that many different colors of scraps for this. I'm hoping I have plenty. Okay, so this one's ready to sew. So we'll set it aside. Let's do this next one. See, what can we talk about? So the other day I asked you guys if you knew what the oldest living crafts were. And then we also talked about kayaks. We talked about that this past week. I'm trying to think of what else we can talk about. That would be fun trivia. Anyone have anything they would like to ask? Or have a trivia question you wouldn't mind sharing in the channel? You notice I don't have a poll up right now. Hello, Felicia. How are you? What project are you working on? I am working on the Alice's Wonderland that we were working on earlier today on Sherry's live. I'm working on making these square and a square, which is the outer border of the quilt. You have to make 100 of these, and I wanted to start working on getting so many done every week. And since this is my 28-day challenge late, and this is one of the late night ones, I thought I would at least get started on one so you guys can see how they're going to look. And we're going. So tonight, I'm making 4 of them, and I also finished you weren't here earlier, but I did finish my log cabin, which is the next block. Now my log cabin looks different than what the book shows. I did it the standard way. So that's where I'm at on that. So right now we have 4 square squares. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some chain sewing here. I need more pins, man. Time to buy some pins soon. I think when I make my order with Fat Quarter Shop, I'll order me some more pins because it's time. I go, once they get bent, I take them away. And all you do is you put this, if you were using regular cotton, you would use the upsize to put it face down, which this would be face up. But with batiks, it really doesn't matter because for the most part, you can use either side. Now, sometimes you'll see one side a little bit more brighter or richer in color, and you know you could turn it that way if you want to. Blake 45 minutes at 350 degrees. I love the log cabin. I just received my fabric. I'm about 2 weeks behind you, says Jen. Okay, you'll be able to catch up though because the blocks are really simple. I don't think they're going to take you too long to get caught up on. At least I hope not. I don't think so. I think you'll have no trouble getting caught up. I don't have all 4 of today's blocks made myself yet. But they'll get done this week along with several of these. I thought if I would make, I figured if I made maybe 20 of these 20 of these squares a week, I could have all 100 done within about a 5-week period. It shouldn't take that long to get 20 in a week done. So that's the plan anyway. We'll see if I stick to it. I figured if every time I make so many, write them in my planner, you know, this many I've got done, and I start seeing I'm making progress, then it won't look so intimidating to have 100 of them, you know. 3rd quarter is starting. Ooh, Seahawks is walking all over the other team, huh? 9-0? Wow. Uh-oh, this is gonna have to stay out of the way. Let me look at this real quick. All right. That's a good idea. I love your 28-day challenge. When this is over, let's do a 31-day challenge. Oh my goodness. When are you wanting to do a 31-day challenge? I need at least a month to recuperate my energy. But yeah, that would be fun if someone wants to do one with me. That would be that would be a total good option. It's been 3 field goals so far, no touchdowns. Oh, wow. Oh, so they have. So the other team is at least trying to hold them off. That's interesting. Okay, let's get this one done. Is it? Because there's 100 of these you have to make, and then you have to make 100 of the other strips for the inner border, something like that anyway. So it's going to be crazy trying to get those borders done in a timely fashion. There's a lot of cutting going to be happening. Who knows, I might put a dent in my scrap pile before this is over with, or either my scrap pile is going to grow. I posted pictures of my current projects in the community. Okay, I'll be showing those here directly. Let me get these blocks sewn and then we're going to go have a look. We'll have a little mini trunk show. I think that'll be fun. Oh, that pin's in a bad spot. The quilt top your hubby is going to help you lay out. Could you do it at the community center you showed us? You might have more room and now have to reorganize your house. I will call and ask about whether I can go use it or not, because that is a great idea. Now there is no internet there. I would have to use my data on my phone to go live for it. Just so you know. So it would be no fancy camera work or anything, or lights or anything else. But that is a great idea. Katie, I gave you a recipe read up. Oh, you did. Hang on. Oh, okay, gotcha. I'll copy that now. Okay, it has been pasted so that I can come back to it. Okay, but that is a great idea about the community center, because there's a big, we could actually put a whole table together. That's definitely worth asking, looking into. Because the only area option here in our house is doing it on the kitchen floor. Deb, Katie is live every day in February. Yeah, this is a 28-day challenge. My normal lives, for those who don't know, my normal lives that I have every week are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday that starts at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Then I have one Tuesday a month that is for a crochet live, and that's usually going to be held either on, it'll be held on an even week number, because one of the crocheters has can only go live at certain times of the month because she has because of children. So I have to plan around her. And so it's turning out to be usually either the second week or the fourth week. Sometimes it's the third week if it just happens to be that the third week is in an even number, which is weird, but you know. And then one Sunday a month is with Sean, which that's always at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I do a collaboration with Danny one Sunday a month, which is at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. And usually the collaboration with Danny is for mental health. That is done usually about the third Sunday of each month. And then outside of that, I don't have other lives, unless I'm bored and want to go live and do a late night or something like that. But this month I wanted to do a 28-day challenge because I have things I want to get done. Does it cost you for the phone data? No, because we have a plan that's up to 20 gigs. I can use up to 20 gigs before it starts costing money. And I rarely ever even hit 2 gigs because I don't sit on my data all that much. My husband, on the other hand, probably uses more data than I do. And that's just because he's gaming when he's not, when he's traveling stuff, he tends to game. I don't use it unless I'm away from the house and have to use it. But 20 gigs are to cover me for a live, I would think. Uh-oh, these are too small. Maybe. Hang on a minute. Let me look. This one might be too small. Ooh, that's cutting it close. Let me see if the other one's going to be all right. Yeah, I need to make these bigger. These are too small. So I'm going to take this one off. So that means I need to check this other one. Let me make sure this one's okay. Because these might be too small too. That side's okay. What about the other side? This one's okay. All right, so it's just this one that's wrong. All right. I thought maybe those looked a little small. Probably should have used 3-inch ones. Yeah, I think these are going to be okay. So what I'll do is I'll take them over the iron and press them real quick. And then we can line up these. This is going to have to be took off and new ones cut that are a little bit bigger. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, before I add the other triangles on here, I'm going to go ahead, turn this over, and we're going to trim it a little bit so that I have a better idea about, yeah, that. So let's go ahead and trim some of this excess off. And then I'll look at the chat in just a minute. All right, we've got 2 on that one. Let me trim this one. Okay, got this one done. Let's get this one done. Y'all don't run off, because when I get these other 2 sides put on, we are going to go have a look at the channel. I mean the group rather, sorry. So you guys can see some pictures. And also, if you posted something on the community tab instead of the Facebook group, let me know so I'll know to go there also. All All right, let's get these other ones on. And like I said, I'm going to redo this one later. All right, let's grab these up. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put these on. All right, let me see what's going on the channel. All right. Happy says that's a good idea, Jen. And Katie could get a good top-down picture from the balcony. Yes, that is a great idea. Just an idea. Don't spend lots of money. Yep. We should plan a big summer so long when things slow down and we catch up. Then the numbers won't go down and we stay votive. I agree with you, Jen, because I call it the summer doldrums when people are, doing other things. Jen says it would look beautiful from the balcony. You're right. Yes, it would. Katie is awesome. Oh, thank you, Happy. And Jen says she sure is. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much. And the Seattle Seahawks are winning. Okay, so that's where you are on things. All right, let's get these pinned on here. Thank you guys for all of the positive feedback you're giving me tonight. All right, we'll get this one turned around here also. Okay, do the next one. So basically, I'm just going to keep doing colors, but I'm going to make sure I'm going to try not to repeat any of the same colors. And let's see if we can get 100 colors with these square and squares, because you have to make 100 of these square and squares. So if I do everyone in a different color, I will hit 100 colors, you guys. Wouldn't that be cool? Technically, it would be 101 colors because we have color in the middle too. Are you interested in one of the most beautiful? Oh, that's my bot talking. Oops. That video link that is sharing there, y'all should go watch that video when you have a chance. It talks about Greenland and different things that you'll find very interesting. Uh-oh, I got a pin sitting here that don't need to be here. Hang on a minute. I need to pull something out. You need to be out of the way. I don't want to accidentally catch you underneath a seam. Okay, let's do this side now. All right. It's just getting in a fight with a straight pin. I need to make sure that's not so close. You know, it's a don't stand so close to me kind of song. So let's tell the straight pin not to be so close to the seam allowance. It's too close to the seam allowance here. which makes the machine not want it to go through there properly. You see how quickly this is going because I'm not having to do any cutting. Well, I had to cut, but what I mean is I don't have to draw any lines or anything else. So it saves a lot of time, in my opinion, when you do it this way because you're not having to draw lines through through triangles. And I already did that one. Let's do this next one. And this one's definitely too close to that seam allowance. Let's move it out a little bit. Then we can sew it. And then we got the other side to do. Okay. Let me see what's going on. Rachel says my photos are pinning. Oh, yeah. All right. Let me take care of that right now. Hold on. I keep forgetting Nikolai's not around to I shut down that thing. Oh my gosh, gotta bring up the browser. Because it was giving me trouble earlier. It was using too much memory is what I was doing. Let's see here. History. And then we had 34 tabs that I had to close. My husband looks at my screen and what my browser or my monitor, and he'll look at it and he'll shake his head and walk away because of all the windows I have open. Okay, let's go to the group real quick. And then Greenland Quilter. And we have 2 pending posts. So let's take care of that right away. And then after I press these open, we're going to do oh, look at you, Rachel. Wow, that's pretty. Ooh, that's going to be fun to share. Somebody messaged me? Oh, Becca did. Come on. I want to see. Let me see. I see a new laptop in my future, you guys. We're probably going to look for, while we're in Denmark, I'm going to be looking for a laptop. I don't know what this thing is doing. It's being weird. You're annoying. Okay, now we're getting a refresh. Okay. Oh, that looks great. Can't wait for you guys to see Rachel's handiwork. Okay, we got that done. It's been approved. Anyone else wants to post pictures, post them because we're going to go look in a few minutes. Hey, Andrea, what's up? Thumbs up, please. Only half the people watching have rewarded Katie with their efforts. Thank you, Andrea. Yes, please do hit that thumbs up button. It does help our statistics. She says, howdy, everyone. Rachel saying thanks. Jaja. Yep, I'm going to be showing the screen here directly. But let me get these done, and then we'll go have a look. I got to press them and then trim them, and then they'll be done. I'll have 3 of the 4 done. I've done that this week. Ouch, this is so hot. Wow. They're hot, man. I'm going to trim them off here in just a minute. And then they'll look right. Right now they look weird. They look like I'm making Chinese roofs. Actually, that's an interesting effect, that's for sure. Okay. So I'll be doing this for the next few weeks, trying to get all of these done. And the sooner I get them done, the less I have to worry about getting done. So, and I have a project box to put all these in so I don't lose any of them. Because I ordered a project box. And it came in the other day, along with other things that came with it. And I don't know if y'all know that I think it's good in, I don't remember how many days, but if you use half square triangle paper from Fat Quarter Shop, all of the half square triangle paper is 25% off. Just so you know. And no, I'm not getting any fee or any what do you call it, money back for saying that. Nope. But I thought you'd want to know about the sale because she had announced it on her live on Friday about the 25% off. There was some other stuff she had on sale too, but I don't remember what else it was. But the paper caught my attention because I need to, I ran out of a couple in my stash that I need to order because I've used it up. I have a kit, half square triangle kit. It's a bunch of different sizes, but I think I wiped out my 3-inch ones, and I think I'm also needing to order some more 2-inch ones, I think. Okay, so this is what the square and a square looks like so far. And I've done a pink and a yellow. And then I don't know what color. This is kind of like pink and burgundy, something like that. It's for the month. It's on sale. Okay, thank you, Jaja, for clarifying that because I wasn't sure. I just knew it was on sale, 25% off. So y'all hop on over there if you like using paper. that type of paper. I know I do, and I have a couple of them I ran out of, but I want to restock, and I'm going to do that this week. All right, so I've showed you these. Let me show them to you again. But see, they're just small. They're little, they're 3.5 inch unfinished. And we have to make 100 of these. Okay, let me share the screen. First, I'll go get the group Facebook group up. Did anybody share pictures over on the community tab? Jaja says the ref just said 10-yard penalty, and I said, wow, that's a whole bolt. That's a lot. How big is the square and the squares need to be? 3.5 unfinished. All right. Pictures. Okay. Yes, posted on the community. Okay, we'll share both of them then. Let me go round up both pages. We are going to have a roundup here of pictures. Okay, let's go there first. Ooh, we've been busy. Okay, now let me get my Facebook one ready to go to at the same time so that I can switch back and forth fast. All right. Facebook's on the other browser. And we're going to go to Greenland Quilter because there's some postings there too. And then we'll be ready to go here. Media. All right, this will be easier to go through because there's a lot here. Okay. All right, let's do the YouTube community page first. I'm going to share my screen and then I'll look at the chat and someone let me know when you see the YouTube channel part of it. Sorry, I'm tired, I think. It's not coming off my brain right. Hold on. Let's share the screen. That's this one. I think that looks fantastic. Let me know when you see it. Someone, anyone. Let me know when you see it, please. And then I'll read what it says. Anyone? Yes? No? See it. Okay, good. All right. This one is by Happy. She says, I'm working on an EPP Advent quilt in Liberty Tana lawn fabric. The gray on the background on the right side middle will be used for the sashing throughout. Might use a 2-inch sashing. That's amazing. Was there more than, looks like there's more than one picture. Anyway, this is EPP. And then looks like, and oh, looky here, you guys. Wow. That's awesome. Look at you. You guys are amazing. Look at all this talent. Nice. See, I don't know how to do EPP. And this is from Happy. This is her, what she's working on right now. Thank you for sharing that, Happy. Let me hit that thumbs up. And I'm going to make a comment real quick while I'm here. And when y'all have a chance, y'all go over there and hit that thumbs up for her pictures because that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Okay, now we're going to move on over to the chat. Yeah, hang on. I have to unshare in order to switch screens. Can you please go away? There we go. All right, now let's go to the next one. You will learn toward the middle of Alice's Wonderland, says Andrea. Yep, I know, right? And I have no idea. All right, let's share the screen again. And someone let me know when you can see this screen. Please. Please. Let me know when you can see. Yeah, you're gonna see. You'll see the Greenland Quilter. Yeah, that's beautiful, Happy. I love it. Let me know when you see the screen. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and I need to move this where I can see. Let's put you over here. Okay, this is from Rachel Nelson. She says it's sewn together. This is Frida, pattern from the Stripology. I think that's pretty. That looks wonderful. It's gorgeous. And here it is again. That's beautiful. Let me blow it up a little bit. Look at that. I like this pattern too. It's really cool. Looks like a lot of fun. Good job on that, Rachel. This next one is by Andrea. There's not a title on it, but she's been busy with the red, white, and blue going on. That looks awesome. Nice chevron. Wow. That's beautiful, Andrea. And she's showing the border. That looks good. All right, and we'll, as you can see, she's showing the chevron part. The next one is from Shirley. Let me shrink it down a little bit. Just like figure out where it's at. There we go. This one is the Atlantis PMQ of Under the Sea. You know, this is so bright. This is so happy. I mean, you can't help but just enjoy it. I know Cape is not everyone's happy place. I actually have a lot of cake. I'm just waiting on them to come out with a blender or um a basic that's, you know, not so busy, that I can use as a background, because I have cake that some of the cake I have is probably maybe since 2016 or 2017. I just been sitting on it waiting for an opportunity to decide what I wanted. I was hoping Kate would come out with a background that was Kate, not from another. Um, oh wait, I didn't say anything on that, did I? Nope, can't leave without saying something. And the next one is by Andrea Sew and Tell. This is from the Sew and Tell. I showed this the other day. This must be, so that's all I got for new. She says it is totally 100% made from scraps left from previous quilts. In the previous 2 years, I have enough scraps left for another one. I started by making the sawtooth stars from the half square triangles cut from red, white, and blue, or from the red and white quilt shown yesterday. She made 8 of them, but only used 7 in the quilt. For the strips left from another quilt, she took one of the stars and made the center block, and it is bordered with more of the half square triangle cutoffs and 2.5-inch squares. And then a white 2.5-inch border. 3 of the stars were placed at the top and bottom of the center block with sashing strips to make them fit all to fit. Then it says all of that is border with white, and in order to make the quilt wide and tall enough for the quilt of valor, I made potato chip blocks and other scrap blocks. The finished quilt top measures 60 by 80 inches. This quilt will be added to the ones I'm sending to Handmade by Ying with Donna for the Quilt of Valor drive. Awesome. And I already commented on that. So I showed this the other day when I did the trunk show at the end of the year. Whenever it was I did the trunk show. When was this done? February the 2nd. I think I did a trunk show. I don't remember now. This is here are the blocks 1 to 6. I was able to get done while I watched the Greenland Quilter with Katie and Sherry quilting. This is from Alice's Wonderland. And this is by Linda Robinson. The next one is supposed to, y'all weren't supposed to even see this. This is from a sew along that I'm doing with the channel members. It's called Dresden Neighborhood. And Rita did this. It's very beautiful. She did a good job. And this block is what Shirley says. I was working on this during your Thursday live, and again while I watch replay of today's. I love the block, but it was a pain. 2-inch squares and half square triangles. And this is her cat sleeping on her work. She says that's why she can't get anything done. And then I showed this New York Beauty the other day too. It's done by Linda Robinson, and I think this is fantastic, you guys. You see that? Don't that look beautiful? Okay, so that is all of the fresh stuff. Everything else y'all have already seen. So let me stop sharing the screen, and we'll get back to sewing again. Oh, Delia. Okay, going back. Hang on. Let me go. Where did you post it at? In the Facebook group or on the community tab? Let me know, Delia. I like the dresses too. I haven't cut mine out yet. I'm gonna get that done this week because we have our membership live is going to be coming up soon. Delia, where did you post it? Let me go see where she posted it at. And then we'll share the screen again. Okay. Let me go back to the Facebook group to see if that's where she posted. Oh, okay. I see. Yep, member request. Hold on a minute. Oh, Cheryl Gabbard Fisher, approve her. And then we have some pending posts. Hold on a minute, you guys. I gotta approve these things. And now that, let's see, approve again, pre-approve, give approval. Yep, now you won't have to wait for your pictures. Okay, I'm going to share screen again because Delia has posted some pictures that I'm going to share also. All right, let me go back to the other screen so I can share. And someone in the chat, let me know when you see the screen. Really? Okay, where did it go? I can't see the chat. Oh, here it is. Okay, everyone's seeing it? Okay, good, good, good. Okay, because I want to show Delia's pictures. Okay, this is by Delia. Wow, lots of flags. Look how perfect they are. That looks great, Delia. Love it. That looks like a good sized quilt too. No, you didn't put it in the wrong place. Um, the reason I asked was because some people don't use Facebook. And so I fixed it so they could post on my community tab. No, you're fine where you put it at. It's all good. If you don't mind using Facebook, you can post there all you want to. Okay, I thought there was two pictures. Where's the other one at? All right, hold on a minute, because I need to go back. Because I thought you posted more than one picture. Now please go back where I was at. Thank you. There's one. Oh, there is two. Okay, she said she finished this. Oh, yeah, she said she finished this today, and it's beautiful. And this is from Delia. Look at that. It looks wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Delia. I appreciate that. That looks wonderful. Okay, looks like I'm caught up. All right. Minor corners. All right, let me catch up. It's for the Quilted Valor drive that Handmade by Ging and Donna is doing on her channel. And she says, I appreciate it. Just the one might have gotten posted twice. It's okay. So pretty, Delia. Look how well the columns. I know, right? That's amazing. 19-0 with the Seahawks. Wow, talk about a one-sided game. My goodness. Yeah, it looks wonderful. I think it does anyway. Um, okay, so now well, let me see what time it is. Let's see, I started at 11 o'clock. Okay, so we've been going about an hour and a half. All right, so I'm gonna rip off these half triangles and go cut me some bigger ones out of my scrap pile because these are too small for this, and I'll use these half triangles somewhere else. Happy so touchdown. Another one, eh? I love it when y'all share your work because y'all have lots of y'all's talent is just amazing. When I did the trunk show on the 12-hour live, oh my gosh, y'all are so inspirational. You make me want to do better with my sewing. Someone said they posted on the community tab. Let me go look. Okay. Let me refresh. Let's see what we got. Somebody did. A oh, you know, YouTube has gone crazy, seems like. Because there's another picture from Happy, and then I see one that says 4 days ago from Bonnie, which I've seen already. 2 days ago, 1 hour ago, 1 hour ago, 1 hour ago. Okay, let me reshare the screen because it looks like I missed something. Alrighty, let's share the screen again. I don't know why I didn't see that. Okay, we're gonna share again. And then y'all let me know when you see the picture of the quilt. Love the halftime performance. Good. I was wondering if it was pretty good. I hear he can sing really good. Happy says, I'm from Washington State, not living there now. Go Seahawks. Delia says, not watching the game, but heard different reviews of the halftime show. I know some people are going to complain because the guy's, yeah. And I think they shouldn't complain because he's an American citizen. Not my style, says Shirley. Hi, Shirley. So much better than last year, said Happy. All right, can y'all see the screen? Let me know. All right, good. Okay, this is also, I already showed you this one of, wait, this was what I showed you of Happy, but then she posted this one. She said, this is my Bellagio quilt in progress. It's EPP, and I have 6 more blocks to make. And looks like, oh, wow. That is phenomenal. Oh, I love your fussy cutting. Look at that. Wow. I want to grow up to be like you. Oh my gosh, look at these EPPs. They look wonderful. Apparently I can't spell either. Okay, and then she's got another one up here. Uh-oh, gotta go backwards, I think. Okay, I made this glossy basket pattern from Craft Palooza, and this is from Happy also. Palooza from the Wildflower Tilted Fabric line. The Hexies with Diamonds is an EPP Hexie magic block, and the flower is an EPP block that I'm appliquing onto 10-inch squares. This is my first applique done, or first applique down. So happy with it. Look at that. That's beautiful. Wow. That looks, I can't figure out what fabric line is this neon from? Allison Glass, maybe? Ooh, I like that one. That's pretty. Okay, we'll go back and make sure no one's posted anymore. I'm going to refresh the screen. Yep, I think that's all of them there. Okay, thank you for sharing your pictures, Happy. I appreciate that. The triangle hexie is petite. Oh, okay. You did a good job. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your. So now you can see how to do. I'm glad I showed you guys how to go to the community tab last night. So any of you are welcome to share pictures either on the community tab or the Facebook group. I know there's some people who don't use Facebook, so now there's an avenue where you can post on the community tab. And if for any reason you have trouble with the community tab, you can email me and I'll make sure your pictures get put up, just so you know, because I want to share y'all's work because you guys is help you. I think it's just wonderful that we get to see what everybody's working on. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. And let's get this seam ripped out of here. Somebody's texting me. Who is I bet it's my husband. Maybe it's 12:30 now, so could be him. Let's see if it's him texting me real quick. No, it's Cynthia. What's this? I'll have to answer her after the live. She's working on a birthday card for my son. Which head? All right. She's making a birthday card for my son. I have many groups to post in, and I just do the same post for everyone, says Andrea. Yeah, but I'm not in everybody's group. I could not keep up with everybody's groups. I'm in I'm in yours, and then let's see. I think I'm on Tammy's. I'm in Becca's, uh, Ian's, I think, which I hardly ever go look at because I don't have time unless something comes across my timeline saying so and so posted in Ian's group. But usually I don't even get a notification from his group. Okay, I got that ripped off. I need to make bigger triangles. Hang on one second. So if you were to decide to make 20 of these square and a square a week, you could divide that up to into 7 days if you wanted to. You could easily get 20 of them done in a week period. Or you could do them all in one day. It depends on how motivated you are to get that many of them done. But it's not, it only becomes overwhelming if you try to cram too many in on what you're doing instead of just doing like smaller portions. At least from my perspective, I see it that way. If you can do them in smaller increments of 20 a week, and that takes 5 weeks to get that many done because you've got plenty of time, because there's no way we're finishing this quilt in 5 weeks because of the more challenging portions, like I said, that are coming up. But this, you definitely could do on the side while you're working on the other blocks. I don't see any problem with that. I didn't want them, wait, let's see. 19-7, Seahawks winning, just started the fourth quarter. Hey, at least the other team scored now. And it looks like they must have did a touchdown plus a field goal. Jaja said she didn't want them to. Gotta happen sometime. Maybe they're getting off their duff and getting it together now. I have seen this happen, you guys. Super Bowl, it'd all be a one-sided game where it was some score to 0. And then in the fourth quarter, the team that had the 0 pushed through and won the Super Bowl. So it's potentially a chance to win still. But they would really have to walk all over the Seahawks to accomplish that. I was rooting for the Patriots just because Tom Brady used to be the quarterback, but it doesn't really matter to me who wins. Okay, we got this done. Come on, ruler. All right. All right. Ouch. Whew. Very hot iron. Let's cut this 1/4 inch seam. All right, I'll get the other side done. Okay, and we'll have this side trim, and then we're going to put the other 2 half triangles on, and then we'll have another square and a square done. And then I'm going to probably make some more because I wanted to sew 2 hours, and we're, let's see, I started at 11, so it'll be 12, 1, 12, 1. So we're not far from the 2-hour mark for this live tonight because I'm not going to run it later. It's good to see you in the chat earlier. Said, hey, Tammy. Oh, yeah, I wanted to make sure I stayed as long as I could, but I had already had this live planned a week ago because I'm doing a 28-day challenge. So I'm sorry it ran into yours. Very sorry, but I couldn't get around it. Short of canceling it, and since I said I was doing a 28-day challenge, can't back down now. I had myself covered up today, so this is what my day looked like when it came to this kind of thing. So I had, I'm part of Sherry's sew along for the Alice's Wonderland, and the problem was that I didn't know when I set. So here's the thing: once a month on a Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have a private sew that I do with friends. That it's nothing to do with my channel. It's been something that I've been doing for a while now, and so I had already scheduled that, and then I, have the collaboration with Sherry, and so her collaboration started at 3:30 on Sunday, and I knew that her live was going to run into my private sew, and there was no way I could push back my private sew because I have the friends that I sew with are strung out across the United States. Some are on Pacific time, some are on Eastern Standard Time, and since it's a Sunday, the Eastern Standard Timers can't be, up too late because they work for a living. So I had that. Then I had Sherry. Well, yeah, Sherry was first because she started at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I did her, and then an hour in, I had to leave because I had the schedule that I had already pre-set up a month ago with my friends. And then I sewed with them for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Then I went to see Tammy on her live, and then I'm doing my live now. That's what Sunday afternoon, evening looked like for me today. Hi, Denise. Is Andrea not feeling good? I missed some. I have to go, friends. I have a migraine and I'm getting sick. I'll see you later. I hope you get to feeling better. All right, let's trim this one down. Okay. Now where'd the other one? So now I have 4. See, look how fast 4 went together. So I have 4 of these done now. So I have 4 out of 100. So now that leaves me with 96 more to go. Hi, Gladys, and hello, Raven. And Denise says, intercepted the Patriots. And Delia says, oh no, Seahawks scored again. Uh-oh. Denise says, spoke too soon. Shirley says, good night, everyone. Something has run my battery down fast tonight. All right, have a nice night, Shirley. Jaja says, I'm working on these little jug rugs, and I'm so tired of them, laugh out loud. I hear you. Let me go get the next paper to get ready for doing paper piecing on. We have a mess going on this table. Anybody seen Rita? I emailed her earlier, and I don't know if she saw my email or not. Linda says, going to head out for a little while. I have to get some of my work done, ready for tomorrow. Mondays are always crazy. Have a great rest of the night. Thank you. See you later, Linda. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. I haven't seen her. Maybe she's watching the Super Bowl. She might be, because it's not like her not to be in people's lives. Because I wanted to tell her that she should be looking for a visit from Amazon tomorrow, because I sent her a book. Raven said she did this morning. Maybe she's sleeping for a change. But she's like me, she don't sleep much. All right, these I'm gonna get ready to put the center squares on here. I kind of want to look in my bucket too while I'm thinking about it. Okay, all right. So those of you that just came in, what you've been working on today? You want to tell me what you've been working on? I'm getting ready to prep these for gluing on some more squares because I have some more to cut. So I figured I'd try to at least get 4 more started. Then I'm gonna go through my bucket over there and see if I have any loose half square triangles that I have like groupings of 4 of that I can use on here. If not, then I'll be grabbing my other scrap pile and going from there with that. Rita was on earlier today and yesterday, says Patty. Okay. I was hoping to catch her today to let her know to watch out at her front door tomorrow. Hey, Laura, she says, hi, Katie and everyone. I just wanted to stop by. Thumbs up. We had a family here watching the game. Yeah, I figured a lot of people were doing the Super Bowl today. Thank you for dropping in. And yeah, please do hit that thumbs up like button, y'all, if you haven't already done it. How you feeling today, Laura? I know you've had a house full. I'll make sure I go see the half. I'm sure tomorrow, the next day, we'll be able to watch the halftime show. I can't wait to see that because that's my favorite part's the halftime show. And see what movie trailers they showed. I guess Godzilla wasn't one of them, which is, I don't understand why not, considering it's a month away from being on the big screen. All right, let's get these squares on here. So there are 4 of them. Katie, were you able to get the package from Amazon? Yeah, I sent it off to her. That's what I wanted to let her know she's getting it tomorrow. I took care of it last night after the live. So she will get a book at her door tomorrow. I don't know exactly what time. They didn't say yet, but it's definitely already been shipped because I checked it today and I just wanted to let her know to be watching her front door. Because I gifted her something. Jaja says, touchdown. $28-7. Wow. It is definitely a one-sided game. $28-7. Four minutes and 27 seconds left. 29 to 7. Wow. Somebody's going to be unhappy tonight. Okay, we got one done. 2 more to do. Y'all must be all glued to the TV. And we've got number 2 done. Jaw has tears and smiling going at the same time. Katie, did you girls discuss how to do the border blocks on Sherry's channel, or is it in the book? It's actually in the book, and that's what you see me messing with right now. I've already decided to go ahead and start doing these square and squares, because you got to do 100 of them for that border. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to do 20. I'll probably do about 20 of them a week, which takes about 5 weeks to do if you do it like that. And then there's that first border too that we got to deal with. So I'll probably start cutting strips for that out of my scrap pile as well, because it tells you how long to make them and everything. So I'll probably start seeing how many pieces I can just take from my scrap pile before I have to take something from either fat quarters or yardage. I realized yesterday that I am running out of yellow on my in my scrap pile. In my fat quarter stuff I don't hardly have any yellow. And even in my yardage, it's like dwindled. So I must have used more yellow than I thought, or either I didn't have a lot of yellow to start with and I used it up, is what I did. So having said that, I have that little problem going to happen. Let's see, I already did pink, I think. Yep, already did pink. So that gets set aside. Haven't used this one though. And we got this red that I can make. Yep, use that one. Let's see what else I can pull out of here. Might be able to pull some off of that one. Okay, so let's start with those first. don't think this is wide enough. This definitely doesn't look wide enough. So I need this to be at least, yeah, it's not wide enough, unfortunately. So that goes back into the scrap box. And so does this one. Because I've already used it. I'm pretty sure this is not wide enough. Nope. But this purple might be. And this, uh-oh. That might be big enough. Okay. So we got some more scraps here to work with. I don't want, this is going to be exclusively for the square to square. Okay. Let's see what we can do with all of this. All right. Let's see here. I was looking forward to the halftime show, but missed it. They probably will have it. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube probably by tomorrow, because I'm sure I'll find it on YouTube. That's how I find it. Hi, Candy TV. Hello, Candic. Let's see. Sharon says that Jello pic you posted of Greenland at night. Oh, you mean Jello? Oh, the Northern Lights. Yeah. This is the second time that I've gotten that I got to witness. Let me tell you about the first time. The reason you're seeing so much red is because the atmosphere got slammed with CMEs, and because the sun's been really, really active over the last 2 years now. And whenever you get a really strong one, because it dumps a bunch of plasma off of it, um, you'll get stronger northern lights. So anyway, a year ago, right around the same time, just about, the sun sent a CME toward the planet. And I had walked outside to take Nora out, and I'm looking at the sky and I'm thinking, why does it look like it's on fire? And so I put her back in the house because it was cold, and I put my jacket on, my boots on, and got my camera. And I was walking down to the road so I could get a better look, because the whole side of this sky back here was red. And I got to look at them like, oh my God, those are northern lights. You could hear somebody saying, the sky looks like it's on fire. And I'm thinking, nope, that's northern lights. And so I went on my phone to look and see if we were due for a CME. We were. And it was, all you could see was red. And then like higher up in the atmosphere, there was this purple. There was no green in it at all, like you usually see. This go around, we had all that bright red. But if you look down at the bottom of the red, just where it's getting near the mountains, you'll see there's green at the bottom of it. I'm going to make a new video with more northern lights in it, because I've got quite a few photographs now to share. Again, I want to turn the photographs into a video, because I think that would be fun to share with you guys. Man, this is a really red, this one. All right, let's see if I can, let me see how wide this is. Yep, this will work. All right, but I need to make a straight line down here. What I'm doing is cutting squares out of these scraps to turn into half triangles, so that I can put them on my square and a square, which is going to be for Alice's Wonderland stuff. Because we need to make 100 of these things. And so I figured I'd go ahead and start working on it, because it's going to take a while to get 100 of them done. And I figured if I get 20 a week done, That's 5 weeks to get 100 of them done. I'll have them all ready to go. And, you know, by the time we do get to the end, I'll already have all this ready to go. All right, let's do some purple out of this scrap. Let me see how wide this one is. This one's good enough, I think. It should be. It's 3 1/4. Okay. Let's do some more here. Let's see how wide this piece is. This one's 3 1/4, so I should be able to, no problem at all. Okay. Let's see, I already used that color, so we will not be repeating that color. And let me see how wide this one is. That was not wide enough. So we're going to take it from this piece. Okay, let's get a straight line set. And then we can cut a 3 1/2 from this. And then I have plenty to get me started here. So let's put 3 1/2 on here. See, this is what I love. I have so many scraps. Just from the scraps and keep taking from the scraps. Of course, what also happens is I end up with a lot more scraps, seem like. They seem to grow exponentially when you're cutting. I just nicked that ruler, dang it. Seems like they grow when you're doing scraps. There's something wrong here. I cut this, wait. I did cut this wrong. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me try that again, man. That's all right. The other piece can be used on something else. All right. Now I got me some more. And this is what happens when you get in a hurry. And you have a blade that's not sharp. Right. 2 1/2. Hang on, I'll look at the chat in just a second. One more to go, and then I can look at the screen. All right, now let me fix this one. Okay. Then we're going to cut this one too, and then we'll be ready to go on some more of these squares. Okay, let me see what's being said here. This blade needs to be closed up. Okay. Jaja says, I saw it. It was a fun, upbeat music, but it's in Spanish, so I don't know the words. Huh? Oh, the Jello picky. My video's not in Spanish. You must be talking about something else. He was dancing on a light pole. Oh, okay, yeah. And I was nervous he was going to fall, says Jaja. Y'all are talking about something. I don't know what you're talking about. I need to start my Wonderland block, says Happy. Yes, you do. Need to catch up with us. We're on blocks number 5 through 8. And here's my number 5 right here. This is number 5. And it looks different than the book. I did that on purpose. That was about the half. Oh, you're talking about, gotcha. I know who you're talking about. I definitely want to see the halftime show. All right. She's talking about the halftime ceremonies for the Super Bowl. That's right, because he speaks Spanish. He won Record of the Year. And it apparently was the first Spanish album to win Record of the Year, which is very cool. We're coming along with these. We're going to have 8 of these done tonight, and then I'm going to stop the live. Unless I change my mind. You never know with me, I might change my mind. All right, let's get this other 2 sides on, and then we can start sewing these. What do y'all got planned for working on this week? Do you have plans for any projects this week? Or like most of you, you got to go back to work? As of Monday, let's see. I think Nikolai has about 3 weeks of work left. I must be getting old because the halftime show don't excite me anymore. I think some people have trouble with the halftime show because it's not always their music genre they get to hear. And so it makes it difficult to enjoy one when it's not their genre of music. but music's universal no matter where we're at. You know what I think is beautiful to listen to? Is Greenlandic music. But do I understand anything they're singing about? No. But I wish I did. So every now and then I ask Nikolai, I said, what are they singing about? This one song that's so beautiful that I love, and Nikolai listens to it quite often. They're singing about hunting and about nature. But the song is so, the way what you're hearing on your ears, even though it's not your native tongue, the song is beautiful, despite the barrier of not understanding what they're singing about. There are still here are parts of Puerto Rico that has no electricity after hurricane. I know, right, Denise? There's no sense in that. Puerto Rico is part of the United States. Why do they not have power? But there's parts of the United States that don't have power either. Alrighty. I think this, uh-oh, I didn't sew this one on. What in the world? What's going on here? Uh-oh, Houston, we have a problem. For some reason, my sewing machine didn't sew these. Oh my goodness. Let's see what's going on here. Well, it looks okay now. Huh, that is the strangest thing. That's okay. We'll get it sewn one way or the other. Let's try that again. All right. Okay. Get the other side on. Sharon, you've been busy, says Laura. Why aren't they sending them, Laura? Or why wouldn't they? I guess is the question of the day. Jaja says, do you know that Lindsay strings something lady? She plays the violin. Now that would be a super cool halftime show. I don't know who you're talking about. Work is going to be so much fun. I love it when everyone gets excited, says Jaja. It's so excited. All right, what's this? Oh, you have to look her up. It's Lindsay Sterling. She plays the violin like a pop star. Is she the one that plays sometimes with the Scorpions? Because they have a violin player that plays with them from time to time when they're at lives and stuff. And she's very talented, whoever it is. Katie, I think they did it in the beginning because it was all over the news at the time. They've moved on to the next project, she guesses. Well, that's really sad. Champions, Super Bowl champions. There'll be lots of drinking tonight. Y'all, I'm going to have a rainbow of color for my border. Because I bet I could come up with all the colors for that. 100 different colors I think I could come up with. I hope so. I'm going to try it. Technically, it'll be 101 colors because we got to count the center, which is the background. Okay, got the trim. Uh-oh, that tore too easy. Laura says, yeah, Jaja, she is absolutely amazing. My husband and I have seen her in person. My husband used to play the viola in the Scottsdale Symphony Orchestra. He played in it for 10 years. I think that's very cool. Okay, one more to go, and then we can start sewing the other side on them. Jaja says that's really cool. Alrighty, now we got all four of them done. We can start sewing the other sides on them. Okay, let's get these on here. Both of my kids played for Lillyella from 4th grade all through high school. My youngest daughter played a clarinet through middle school and high school. And her daughter is playing the clarinet, but Kristen said the other day that she thinks Abby's going to quit doing it. Well, she might not do it in high school because she wants to concentrate on art. So I have a feeling that's what's going to happen because Abby's pretty talented with the art stuff too. Darnold will get respect now after being traded from team to team over the years. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming it's a football player. I'm just pinning these on right this minute, and then we'll sew them. And then we'll have done 8 of these. So that means I'll have 92 more of them to do. We'll be doing a countdown. How many do you think Katie can get done in a week? Do you think she can hit that 20 20 square to square blocks in a week? Or will she fall behind? The Seahawks quarterback. Gotcha. Okay, let's get this turned around over here. And we're going to be in business. Batteries control. Okay, get this next one done. You can do it. You can do it this week. Hi, all. Just popping in for a minute to see how Katie's chaos is going. Katie's chaos isn't going anywhere tonight because I got sidetracked on something else. But I am going to work on it tomorrow. I got to get over here and get it mounted up on that Roman shade so that we can have a look at it tomorrow. So I'll do that when I get up Monday. Well, right now it's actually already Monday. Monday. Manic Monday. How about that? It's going to be a manic Monday. That's what I already put on my thumbnail. It's time for Manic Monday. Come watch me work on Katie's creative chaos. Since it is going to be chaos. I'm trying to be funny and it's not working, don't look like. Told you I didn't get humor very well. Rachel's going. Good night, Rachel. City Surrect. And thank you for coming. I sure would have liked to see Rita today. Sharon says, good night, all. I'm so tired. I sewed all day. Cindy Surrett, Quaqortoq. I'm going to have to take these to the iron in a minute and then I'll trim them and we will have done 8 of them tonight. Okay, let's get over, press them, and then I can trim them. Why are you not turning green? Bonnie says she's got to go too. Quaqortoq and Sisharet, that means thank you and have a good sleep. Hey, Sean. All right, let's get them trimmed and then we'll have 8 of them done. All right, let's get these trimmed. How was your day, Sean? I hope you had a good one. I watched your video earlier, by the way. It was a good day. He said he got the dog finished and cut out another one. That's awesome. Lord. Okay. Let's just make sure no one else is left yet. We're getting closer to getting done here for the night. And then it'll be back again tomorrow night, and then the next night, and then the next night, and then the next night. And by the weekend, I'll be halfway through my 28-day challenge. And Saturday's the 14th. The 14th is a special day for me and Nikolai. Because 16 years ago on Saturday is when he asked me to marry him. So it'll be 16 years since the date I said I do. I said yes. We've been dating, I don't know, let's see, almost 6 months. But we had known each other for 11 years before that as friends. So, you know, we had that advantage. We were already friends for a long time. I realized the other day when I was thinking about it, somebody asked me how long how long have we known each other? If you counted everything, 26 years. 26, that's hard to believe. All right, let me show you these little squares. Okay, so we got this one, and you'll see them underneath the camera too here. This is turquoise. It's a darker turquoise. We have yellow, pink. I'm not sure what color they call that. A blue gray, purple, and red. So right now we have 8 of these made, along with that what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. And then I have this log cabin that I finished. So we got all this done today. All right. So tomorrow I will have my late night live, which will start at, hang on a minute. I'll tell you what this week's going to look like. And then we will end the live. Because I have to set up the live for tomorrow. Because I haven't done that yet. Because I've been busy today. Okay. Monday, I will be working on, I think I'm gonna change. Nope, that's, where is, hang on a minute. I'm gonna go, all right, here we go. Monday, I'm supposed to be working on the American Crossroads, but I think I'm gonna move that to Tuesday and then do Katie's Creative Chaos tomorrow or Monday. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this to Tuesday. So we're gonna do Monday, we're gonna do Katie's Creative Chaos. And that's gonna start at 10:30 Eastern Standard. No, sorry. 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, we're going to work on block number 32, American Crossroads. And that's the one where I'm going to do, there won't be any blue in it at all. It's going to be red and white. And that it's on page 257 of the 1,000 block book, and it's block number 500. So I'll be doing that on Tuesday. Wednesday is another late night, which starts at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be working on Katie's Creative Chaos. Thursday, Jess is going to join my live from So Blessed with Jess, and I will be using that probably for Katie's Creative Chaos again. So there'll be 4 days this week. I'm going to be working on that. Friday, I will have no one, so anyone who wants to join me on my live for Friday night or Saturday of this coming week, please let me know and I'll add you on to be one of my partners in crime. Friday, it'll be block number 34 of the 1,000 block, and it's Stars Upon Stars, number 174, page 94. That one is paper piecing, I'm pretty sure. And you know what? When we get that block done, I'm almost positive. Wait, we'll have 35 blocks done by then. And on Monday the 16th, we will finish block number 36. So yeah, so once I hit Monday the 16th, then we can start cutting out sashing for all those blocks. And like you said, we will hold off on laying out the block for when Nikolai comes home. And maybe I can, I will talk to my boss and see if there's a way for me to have access to the community center where we can lay it out and film it from there. So that's what this next week's going to look like. And yeah, I appreciate y'all coming to my so by this upcoming weekend, we'll be halfway through the 28-day challenge. And I appreciate y'all coming and watching every live I've had since I started this. And, you know, you guys are the best people I've ever seen to come and hang out with me and watch me sew and chat and talk about everything under the sun. So, what's going on here? I missed something. Hang on a minute. I gotta backtrack here before we hang up. Okay, let's see. Jaja says, how does everyone get rid of their needles? This is how I get rid of mine. All of my needles and my rotary blades goes in this. This used to be a vitamin C container from Costco, and now it's my sharps. And this will take a long time to fill up, but it's a perfect place. Open the lid, drop them in, close it. That's my sharps. Okay. Sean said he poked a hole in the top of an empty prescription bottle and put them in that, kind of like a sharps container at the hospital. Jaja says, okay, good thinking. I will do that. Thanks, Sean. And Jaja says, I've just been stabbing them into my flannel on the wall. Sean says, nothing wrong with your method. It worked, right? And Jaja says, yes, it has. Laura says, I have to run now. Everyone is getting ready to leave. Have a great night. Thank you, Laura, for coming in. Big hugs to you, and you keep on taking care of yourself and staying well. Jaja says good night to Laura. Laura says good night to Jaja. And then Jaja says, oh, that is smart for the blades. Yeah, they're all sharps. Needles and rotary blades are sharp. So put them all together. Now, when I get this full, I'm going to ask the garbage pickup if they can recycle these because they're made of metal. So we'll see. And Sean says, I'm off to bed. Bedtime for me. Thank you for coming in, Sean. So remember, everyone, live, laugh, love, and dream. What do you do with all that? You make something beautiful, or you go make someone's day beautiful. Whichever one will work. So see you tonight on the live, which is tomorrow for you guys because it's already after midnight my time. See you on the next live. Good night, everyone. Sini Surat, Wayanok. And decos, everyone.